We go as young as middle school students, because, you know, again, Lawrence King was in 8th grade. So we need to be doing that, and I wish we could get to more middle schools. We primarily perform for high schools, but we've done a lot of colleges this year, Oberlin, and DePaul, and lots of places. Mostly Chicago. This is our first time to New York. So we went to St. Louis to go to a lot of conferences. We went to like the International Counseling Psychologists conference. And that was great because it was practitioners wanting to know how to work better with LGBTQ youth. Then we went to a sociological conference because they wanted to study what we were doing because we're ethnographers. Theater, oh, you know what ethnography is.
It's like journalism. It's like journalism theater, basically.
Yeah. It's kind of anthropology plus theater. That's a great question. You see that card that you have? And if you read the back, it shows you actually the model that we use is that we have a full youth theater. So when I'm not touring, Brandon, Deja, Dan, Sheila, and I work on creating a theater for your age young people who are identifying as gay, lesbian, trans, or as allies. And we start by sitting in a room, this play started by sitting in a room and doing a basic storytelling exercise, and we exchange stories. So 2 years ago, the stories that were showing up in the group were so much about being kicked out for a day, kicked out for a week, pushed out by mom or dad, or asked to, or leaving before anything happened. And so we started to just interview just the ensemble, which is like 15 to 25 young people. And then we were like, okay, let's use this as, we have a new model, we're gonna make journalism theater. And what that means is we're gonna really break this story through theater. So that's how it started. And then we started interviewing en masse the whole area, all of Chicago. And we collected over 200 stories of kids getting kicked out. It's just terrible. They're swing casts, cast members. So the top of the show changes every time depending on who's in it, because we wanted that very true, real story. Every one of those stories is their real story, and which I know we say in the play, but it's nice to reiterate because it sort of kind of gets lost, I think. And so it changes. Like there's another story of a young man who has a mother who's an Episcopal priest, and when he came out, she cried tears of joy because she had always wanted a gay son. And it's just like a fantastic story. It's terrific. And then we have another story. This is actually really common. This is really interesting. We had another story of another actor who has to keep coming out to his mom. His mom keeps forgetting. What? He comes out to her like 4 or 5 times. He's like, I know. And when I interviewed him, he was like, I'm not done. I'm gonna have to come out with her again. He's gone to see her, or she's gone to see him in LA in musicals.
So you can't make judgments like that. Come on.
Oh, come on, we gotta have a little fun. So a couple of years ago, we went out and did some research, found out that 40% of youth living on the streets identify as LGBTQ. And has anyone heard that phrase, 1 in 10? 1 in 10? It generally means that 10% of the population is LGBT or Q. And so 40% on the streets tells this story, that there's a reason why. There was a National Gay and Lesbian Task Force report on it, and in it it said 1 in 4 young people who come out get kicked out. 1 in 4. That's crazy. That's crazy. It can't happen like that.